Okay. So Dr. Nityashri is a scientist at ICRIRI in the Division of Agriculture Economics. She has more than 10 years of experience in research, training, as well as teaching in the discipline of agriculture economics. And like she started her career from the prestigious institute NARM, Hyderabad, and major thrust areas of her research includes agricultural development and policy, agribusiness, food processing, and value addition. She also holds some of the important publications in the area of food processing, non-farm employment, and value chain analysis. She has received Dr. R.T. Doshi Award for her best papers and Uma Lele Award also in her this much tenure itself. So with that, I would like to welcome Dr. Nityashri. Welcome to this training. We are fortunate to have you and teach one important skill, that is decoding of the publicly available big data set, that is NSSO and industry data. So thank you, Nityashri. Now you may please continue with your lecture. Nityashri.
Ma'am, thank you so much. And I personally thank NIA faculty members and Dr. Rajni ma'am for this opportunity. And for the today's session, as ma'am already said, we will be looking how to decode and how to handle large data sets for our research purpose. And the coordinators also asked me to brief about the Stata software itself. If some of you are very new to that, we will look into that also. If someone already used to that, that's okay. But for the beginner's point of view, we thought of having a brief introduction of Stata software itself. I'll share my screen to begin with. I believe my slides are visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Extracting and handling large data set using Stata. This particular session is by Stata, but of course you can use with any other softwares. For the demonstration purpose, we have two set of data. One is NSSO and industry survey. Straight away to go or to understand what exactly the extraction and handling of the large data sets. Some of the steps I thought it will be easy to go with the flow step by step if we have written in 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is not the standard procedures or standard steps one has to understand. For the simplicity, I have made it in this way. First, of course, the data source, you must be aware of what are the different sources available in the public domain and what exactly the purpose, and then selection of data set, data extraction, and some common ID reshaping merging. So these steps we will understand step by step in detail. Data source, I would say many of you are aware of the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Till now, we have more than 140 unit level data which are publicly available. You can register yourself and write the purpose for what you are using that data, and you can download. The other source is ICSSR data service. They also have the library repository. There also you can access. One more important source is National Family Health Survey, that is dealing with the health concerns related survey. You can visit that also, and you have many more. The World Bank also having some of the data sets, and for India and across the country, they have different level of data, unit level data. You can explore more and more. A Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, I would say a larger set of data are available. NSSO, it has employment, consumption, all sort of details. And for the industry, we have both organized and organized. And within that, we have different rounds and different surveys. So you can go through in detail and you can choose which one you want to use for your purpose. This is all in brief about the data source available in the Indian context. And next is to know which unit level data you have to choose. Before going to extraction, this step is very important because extraction is a time-taking process. One has to be very careful about which data you are going to use for your analysis. So how to be confident or accurate about data? That is a simple way is that when you access any unit level data, you will have certain documents, files, you may call it as or folders or the different documents you have. First, of course, you will have text file kind of a data set. That is a data itself. Of course, we need that data for our extraction purpose. Then you have summary results. In some survey, it is measured as key indicators, generally available in the form of PDF and other supporting files. This all you will get along with your micro data, that is unit level data. First and foremost important step in this understanding the data is that you need to see the schedule. Schedule is a survey schedule where all the variables are listed. So you can go through word by word and you can decide whether that particular survey is accurate or it is useful for your study purpose. Then you can download all the files and you can keep it with yourself, then start exploring how to extract and analyze the data. The other important files are available. I'll show you when we have the hands-on sessions, the layout file and other code related files which are available. So three important files you have to download in case you miss to download. One is data file itself. Other is the summary file or the key indicator file. The supporting files mainly include schedule, layout and others. Next, once you have decided this is the data, unit level data, which we are going to work with, then you will start extracting the data. So this is how you will get the unit level data. It will be in a text format. It's only numbers are arranged in the form of rows and columns. This extraction, of course, it will be used very easy if you use any software for that matter. For this class, of course, we are using Stata. If you know SPSS, R, even in Excel also you can do. But Excel, it will take a little more steps and more time. Better to use any software which you are aware of that. Once you have this data and once you extract the data, the next important step is to generate common ID. Why common ID is important? Why we need to generate IDs? Here we'll understand with the simplest hypothetical example. When we go to the data, you will appreciate why it's important to understand common ID generation part. As in the slide, you can see table 1 has some details of students, 4 students, and their different characteristics are given. In the first table, like 4 students are there, Ramesh, Yasuni, Ramesh. Student code we have generated based on their first letter. And age we have written and state, height, results. Obviously, in particular class, age will almost same. Since they all come from the state Delhi, we have written D, and they have different heights and overall results. In this, you can easily identify there are 2 students by same name, and their code also same RR. Since first letter we have chosen. Age is also same, and they are coming from same state. There is a possibility of mismatch of these data when you combine this particular data with other data, because in unit level data we have different blocks, different informations are available in different blocks. We need to aggregate those. So we need to create a unique ID in such a way that the details of first student in nowhere will be matching with the last, because you can see here the first student has passed and the other one is failed. So even with the minor mistake also, we don't want to match any details of this student with the first student. So in that way, we need to create a common ID. Combining the other information makes this person unique in that class. Here we have just grouped all these characteristics: student code, age, state, height, that is R, 20, D 151. This is exactly different of the other student, but he is having same name, Ramesh. Here we have R20D165. So this ID becomes unique across the files, whatever the number of files you are working with, that maybe 8 or 10, 20, this becomes unique. Whatever the other information you get from other tables, it's always going to match with this unique ID only, because we don't have any repetition. So that's why always it's important to create unique ID in your data file. It is again, table 2 is very easy to understand. The other informations are there. Instead of results, we have grade. If sometimes students ask or demand for both results as well as grade, then you need to give both in together. Like he's a pass, he got A grade. Second student also passed, he also got A grade. So after creating common ID, it becomes very easy for you to match table 3 and table 4. Since they are unique, easily you can put this grade in this table and you can present your results without any confusion. So that is the purpose of creating common ID when we are working with the unit level data extraction and further analysis. Once you have understood and once you have created your unique ID across the files, because we will be having many files here for the demonstration, we have only table 1 and table 2. Likewise, we will have different like 10 or 12 tables data text files in your unit level data package. After you create this common ID, next important step is to understand what is the shape of your data set. What is the shape of your data table? When I say data shape, here the data are in wide forms. Wide forms means against the ID we have one observations. On the other side, we have the table in which data are in long forms. Long forms means IDs are repeated, and against to each ID, we have different observations. Here, what extra additional information we have? Instead of just giving only pass, fail, or grade A or B, C, whatever, students are interested to know in which subject what is their grade. So here, the first student opted for 3 subjects, 1 to 3. Corresponding to that, we have grades. Similarly, for the second student, third student, fourth student. And each student opted 3 subjects. For 3 subjects, they scored different grades. But this one, we cannot merge with the first table, right? Because here we have 3 observations for 1 student. Here we have only 1. Maximum possibility will be there to merge with anyone. All the 3 cannot be merged with the single observation which is there in table 1. So we need to convert this table in such a way the second table also becomes in a wide format. Each student will be having observation in only one cell, not the repeated one. So for this, we need to arrange our data which we are going to extract. Once after extracting, you will confirm whether it is in wide format or it is in a long form. If it is in long, you are going to convert it. For that, codes are there. We will understand how it is. Once you convert that, your table becomes something like this. Your IDs are unique. The grades are arranged in column wise. Here, you will not have a separate variable subject. Subject is going to vanish. Instead of that, the subject characteristic like 1 to 3, that will be associated with the grade. So that's why it is written as grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. The first student, 3 subject, he got A. We have not lost any information when we are doing the conversion or reshaping of this particular table. We have all the information and we also know what is 1, 2, 3. That codes are already available. So after seeing this table, anyone can tell the first student got grade 1, grade A for the subject 1. So what is that one subject? we know what is 1, 2, 3. What are the different subjects are available. So in this way, we have to convert our table into wide format. This particular step we call it as a data reshaping. In the next step, you can easily merge and you can give both the information like grades as well as the final results of each student. So here we try to put maximum information possible for the students' benefit, so that we have not lost any information, as well as it's a more comprehensive rather than just to give pass fail. So this is the simple steps you are going to do with the unit level analysis. First, you will know what are the data sources available. You will select which one you want to do for your research purpose. Then you will extract the data. Then you will create common ID. Then you will see what are how the data are arranging. If it is in a wide, it's okay. Sometimes it is available in wide itself. No need of reshaping in that case. If it is not, you need to bring a balance between two formats, either to wide or to long. Then you need to merge, so that you will keep all the information in one folder before going for the analysis purpose. So this is in very brief with a simple hypothetical example how we extract the data and how we handle this kind of a large data sets. I'll just close this PPT for now. Till now, if you have any doubts or we have the Q&A at the end, whatever is the procedure you are following, that's okay. If you have anything at this point of time, you can ask. We will move to the Stata software. Then we will take the real data, real unit level data. Then we'll repeat all this process. Is that okay? I hope I'm audible.
You are audible, Nitya. Probably there are no questions. Maybe they can ask the questions at the end.
Okay, okay, okay. So before going for the Stata software, if someone of you are very new to the software, let's understand how Stata works with us. So I hope the main interface is visible. This is the Stata main interface. We have different sections. We will understand one by one. The first one is the command one. You can see here in this box, this is the command one. We will write all the commands when we do the analysis. Let us take one data file. How we import data into this? Go to file, import, select whichever the format you have, CSV, Excel, text, then browse and take plant data. Here you have the option to choose which sheet you want to import. I have data in 2 sheets, that's why 2 sheets are visible. I will select the first one and check this box which says import first row as variable name. Otherwise it will treat as a data itself. So always try to click this one, then give OK. So here we have imported our data. After doing that, you can cross-check whether the data is properly imported into the Stata file. Just type browse. This is the command for searching data. Enter. You could able to see the data, right? Otherwise, also in the upper corner, you have a small icon, the data browse data editor. You can click there. You can see the data, whether it's imported or not. In the left side, you have a panel called as review panel. Whatever you type in the command window, it will be appeared in the review command. In some of the older version, it is also known as history, history bar. All the operations will be recorded here. At the end of the analysis, you can just select all. You can copy these things and you can paste it in your text file or in the do file. Then you can save or you can send to any other person you want to work with data analysis. In the variables, as you can already able to see, we have imported certain data that is showing. It shows some of the variables named as plant, height, number, color, and so on and so forth. If you have more data, it will be visible. Below that, you have a property window. Here, directly you can operate, you can do some kind of a modifications for the better convenience. For example, here, if you are not having any particular label, the variable name itself will be repeated under label column. Plant is written as plant, height is height, number is number, color is color. If I want to rename it properly so that I want to remember when I open it after a few months or few weeks, or I want to explain it to somebody so that the data becomes even more clear. Here in the property bar, the log symbol is there. Select which variable you want to change the label. Suppose number, I'll select the number, I'll click on this, it gets activated. I want to write it as leaf number. Instead of number, I will write number. It is visible under variable window, right? In the next step, now you know what is the command for label variable. Next step onwards, directly you can type this command, label variable number. Now we want to make the label for height. Just select this. For the height, you want to write it as plant height. So it is reflecting under variable. Similarly, for the color, what you can do, leaf color. So all these things are reflecting under the variable column. So this kind of a changes you can make here. Either you do under the properties, or if you know the commands, you can do. After knowing that, I'm sure that you know string variables and the numeric variables. Here under column, you can see the red marks. In Stata, if anything are there in string, that will be reflected as a red color. With this, it's very difficult to do any sort of analysis. You want to code these variables and make some useful analysis. You can use in Stata very easily. For example, you generate leaf color new variable equals to 0. Some new variable has created, and what observations we have? We have 0. So here you can do some coding. Replace color new equals to 1 if the color, leaf color is B. It is a string, that's why I am writing within the inverted comma. Right? So what happened now? All the green leaf colors has coded as 1. Similarly, you can do for other color 2, yellow, and 3, dark green, 4, light green. So let us check all the rows are coded or what. So now it is coded and you have the information with you. Now you can do some sort of analysis. For example, if you want to summarize any variable. In Stata, there are two ways. One is you can directly write the commands. Otherwise, if you are very beginner, you don't know what to write, you can go here. So menus, in the top menus, you have drop down menu. Within that, you can select. For example, I am going to write summarize. Summarize. You can also write sum itself, a short form. 3 variables I want to summarize. So we got some results, right? Number of observations, mean, standard deviation, minimum, maximum. You can also do this operation by going statistics, summary and description, and summary statistics. So you will have saved results. If you are not sure what to type in the beginning, you can use these drop-down menus. All the analysis are available, or else you can just type the commands in the command window and you can get the results. So this is how you operate in the Stata. But if you are not at all aware what even to type, suppose regression, you want regression, you don't know where to go under the statistics also and what to type. Type help, because Stata is very user friendly. Type help and regression. What do you get here? You will have a pop-up window. It will guide you the entire information, whatever Stata is having. It will show you with examples with some common data set also. Suppose if you click complete PDF, PDF will get open and the regression part is shown. For the quick startup, it is showing that regress y x1, it's your y dependent, independent variables and different other options. If you want to operate through menu, that is also given. Like go to statistics, select linear models and do your analysis. If you still come down, you will have examples. You can see here, remarks and examples. Under examples, I think you can able to see this, use HTTP. So you just copy this and paste it in your Stata. You will automatically get this data file. So you can rerun the same information, whatever it is given in the PDF file. You can run the model because the variables are same. You just understand how it works. After knowing these steps, you can repeat these steps for your data sets. So here you will get what is the concept in brief and what are the commands, and through drop down menu how to do some results and that particular data set itself. So you can import and you can do all sort of analysis. So that is one greatest thing you can start exploring yourself without anybody's help. Other one important thing is that under help menu you have a search. Still, this also is, if you feel help and to give which kind of a word, still you are not aware of that, you can go to search bar and you can give, suppose you want to do some t-test. T-test, click OK, and it will take you to some commands and click on t-test. It is showing how to give the command t-test and mention the variable names. And below that you have through menu how to operate, and below that you have examples. Here it is not shown. In PDF it will be there. You just click on the PDF, this one PDF. Some examples will be there. Through that you can learn yourself. Most of the basic analysis are available which are inbuilt in the Stata. But some of the advanced statistics like some propensity score matching or instrumental variables, those are not available, that you need to install yourself. Suppose data envelopment analysis, that is not available within Stata. What you are going to do is that in the search, you will type DEA, data envelopment analysis. You get the package. Some different packages are there. Just read it, which one you want, which methodology you want. Then just click on this. And here, click here to install. If your system is already installed, it won't do one again. Otherwise, it will start to install and it will give you a signal that this package is installed. And after that, you have auxiliary files wherein they have discussed what is the methodologies and all that you can learn and you can execute. For this particular step, you need internet connection, like all the PDFs, and to import data examples, you need internet. Otherwise, you can easily work without the help of internet. So make sure that you, whatever the analysis statistical tool you are using, first check whether the Stata has. If it is not having, search it in the Stata website or here itself, then you import and install, then you are good to go with your analysis. Okay. One more important thing you can practice while doing is that, as I already said, these things you can copy, paste, and you can send to anybody. Other important thing is that, let me copy these things. Copy. I'm going to clear all those things. I will be typing clear. Now my variable window is clear. No data is there. What I'm going to do is that before I'm doing the same analysis, whatever we have done till now, I'm just opening a file saying that log using MEAP training. Okay. Log using is a command, and this is your file name. Just enter. A file will be created. It's created in the document file, and I will just paste all the information I copied. I'll run it. See, automatically it is showing whatever exercise we have done. It's showing automatically, and it's been executed. After that, what I will do, I'll write log close. That file has closed. So I can go here and I can see the document. It has saved. So here you will have all the information, whatever we have done. Like I have browsed, I have renamed, then I have imported Excel file, the commands, and also the result part. So this also you can save. If you are sending some papers, it will be a great source to communicate to the journals. They will also appreciate. Or else, if you want to teach for your juniors or students, this is a good kind of a practice. You can save all the details, all the commands, and you can send them. This is all in brief about the Stata. Stata is a paid software. It's not freely available. But if you want to if you want to try with and purchase, in Stata website, you can go and search for the free license. There is a limited period license available for the students and faculty. They will be asking your credentials, maybe ID card or your university permission. You just register yourself and download the trial version and just experiment with this. Then you can go for the paid version. If for the students, that itself enough to carry out your analysis. So this is all about the software in brief. Now we will move on to our main topic, that is data extraction and decoding and handling part. Till now, if you want to ask anything, you can ask. Otherwise, we will move on to the data decoding part. For the data decoding part, as I said, first we will go with the simpler one. Then we will go with the NSSO, that is most popular one, which is used across our community, research community. As I said, we have three important files, right? One is data file, other is supported document, another one is aggregate. This is the ASI data, unit level data 2015 and 16. I'm just showing you how the data is used. We have 10 files, 10 items. Data are arranging in a different files, like 10 items, 10 files we have. This is the one file. You can able to see, I think, all the details are arranged. Just they are numbers. So they're not guiding us what they are exactly, right? And if we go back, supporting documents, In this, the aggregate, the key indicator file, what I mentioned earlier, is the one. In ASI, it is written as ASI volume 1. So this is the file you have to go through before handling the unit level. This is the aggregate one. You have all the information, tables, what kind of a data, aggregate data is available. Every details will be available. Concepts and even a schedule also, ASI schedule. Schedule you will get in a separate file, and in this also you will have estimation procedure, sampling technique, number of samples collected, and when they have collected data, every information will be available in this file that you need to carefully go through. This is the one file, and the other one, what I said, is the layout. So layout will guide us that how data is arranged in the text file. Let me show you. Okay. This is how the layout file looks. All the 10 items we have seen. The first file containing this information. The second one is this. Third one is this. Likewise, you will have detailed information for each and every text file. For example, for the first one, you have take the block 1. It's the identification block. It gives the basic information. What year, what farms, what are the states they belong, whether rural, urban, number of working days, some NSC digit. NSC digit is used to identify industry, which industry. If you want to work with the paper industry, your food processing industry, meat industry, sugar industry. So this will enable you to identify which farm detail it is. Okay. After going through this layout, you thoroughly understand what is what. Like here, what it is saying, year. The first 4 digits are year. From 5th digit to 12. This one you can calculate in this way, it becomes easy. From 5th to 12, factory code. In the note, they have also mentioned 6 and 7 characteristics are state code. If you want to bifurcate state, then take only 5 to 10, then 11, 12 will be your state. If you want together, you write a code accordingly. So from 13, one code, what it is saying, the survey is either census or sample. From 14, again, the other one is that industry code. Then again, you will start from 15 to 18, it is a 5-digit NIC code. So likewise, you need to understand how the data are arranged in the text files. It will be very, it is a more simplistic way to understand the data file which is existing in the text file. After understanding this, you will give the instruction to software, either Stata or SPSS or the Excel. You are going to tell the software, please code the first 4 digits is year, that is 2016. The next 4 digits or next 8 digits as factory code. From that, next 1 digit is block. So we are going to give the instruction to the software so that it will name this kind of a digits under appropriate variables. Okay, let's see how to do under Stata. Okay, I have stored my codes so that it becomes easy. It won't be a time-taking process for you to show for class. I have stored this in do file. See, in a similar way, you can also do it. What I have written here, I'll just copy this and I can show you. To maximize it. What I have written here, infix. So infix is the command you are telling Stata to extract data from text file. How that instruction you will start to give, like year 1 to 4 digits are year, so you name it as a year, and the next is factory, state. If you have any string variables, like let me show you the data file. String variable, this one, right? B, A. If you come across that, you just type it as a string, str. Otherwise, numericals, no need to mention anything. Just straight away you write the variable name like block. This anything you can write it. Like you are good at remembering, recalling BL. Okay, you can go with that. But as much as possible, it's better to write with the clarity. Otherwise, further confusions may arise. So likewise, you need to write down all the variables and the digits, right? After doing that, you can see here till 73, what I've written, multiply a factor from 61 to 73. After that, you have to write using what? You need to define the path, using which data set you are instructing Stata to extract that data. So write using, then this is the path. Path can be easily copied here. You can see here, home, just copy path, and then you paste it here. After that, just a second, I have to clear this window before doing any other analysis. Okay, this one. Then you enter. Let us we are browse. Now we have extracted this file. So as we have given instruction, Stata has decoded unit level data into Stata format. Now you can save this as in the Stata format, or you can take this data and paste it in your Excel file or whatever the software you want to use it for further analysis. So this is the first step that we call it as a data extraction. Okay, you can save this and you can repeat this this step for all the blocks we have. Let me show you the other one.
Nitya, this data set needs to be purchased or is it available in public domain?
Ma'am, actually from last 3 years, they have made it free, ma'am. Earlier it has to be purchased. Now it is free. You need to register and you need to fill some of the queries they are asking. And once they are approved, then you are freely download these data.
Okay.
So likewise, you need to do this procedure for all the files. Why we need to do? What are the other informations which are available in other files that you will get from the schedule. We open new window. Where is this schedule? This is from the supporting document. This is schedule, right? So block A having this information, block B is having some other information. For example, let's just go through once. See, the block C is fixed assets, D is working capital, E is employment, other expenses. Likewise, you have till J block. Okay. Now what we have done, we have extracted the first block, A block. We have given instruction and we have extracted. But this information is not sufficient for our analysis, right? If you want to know what is the capital investment in food processing industry or agro industry, where is that information? That is there in block C, right? And how it is arranged? By looking itself, you will get a clue whether it is a long format or the wide format. Otherwise, also you can go back and check with the data itself. What it is showing, we have fixed asset information in block C. Within that, we have type of assets. Type of assets, we have 10 types of assets. First is land, building, plant and machinery. For example, if you want only land, for then also you need to work entire block. If you want all the details and the total, again, you need to work upon this. So you need to extract this file and you need to merge with the block A. Why? If you want to know food processing industry investment kya hai? What is the investment in food processing industry in 15-16? For that, you need to merge information with this and you need to identify NIC code. You need to segregate your industries. Similarly, you want state level. I want to know for Delhi, what is the investment in different industries, like what is the software industry, what is the automobile, pharmacy, food, where it is going more. For that, again, you need a state code. That is, that information is present in block A. So you need to have this information along with block C information. When you merge these two, your exhaustive list is ready, and then you can go for your analysis, like what is the optimum level of investment, where it is going more, where it is going less. That kind of a analysis we can able to do. So how we do that? We will go back to our Stata. This is the block A, block B, the block C. What we have seen now, the fixed investment details, that is present in block C. So what I have done for this particular class, I have extracted all the files in this way. You can see here. I have extracted and saved it in the same file. You can save in any file name you want. Like we have 10 items here, 10 items. Let us select only 2 for the understanding purpose, block A and block C. Let me open block A and let me see how many variables are there. Around 65,000 observations are there. Okay. And let me open the other one, C. Right. See the data here. Can you able to see here number of observations? It's more, around 3 lakhs. So this is also an indication that your file is longitudinal. And here, can you able to see the serial number? It is showing like 1 to 10. Some forms may not be having all the details of 10 columns. So they are having only a few, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 10. So you could able to understand that this data is in long format. So you cannot merge this huge with the other one which is having only 65,000. So you need to identify which is the key variable which made this data into longitudinal format. You can see here company's ID. ID in case of ASI, common nomenclature is DSL. That's why I kept it DSL. If you want any name, you can give it. So for the standard purpose, I kept it as a DSL. In industry, creating common ID is not an issue. In NSSO, it is an important task, but in ASI, it is not a big issue. That's why I have not shown creating common ID. I'll show that step in NSSO. For this, once you are identifying common ID, DSL is the common ID, then you have seen which variables. In our hypothetical example, it was the subject. Here it is a serial number, that is a type of assets. You can just tabulate and see. Example, just give it as a tab. DSL. You can see. So 1 to 10. This is also another confirmation that you have properly identified the variables which you want to reshape it now. So we want to arrange this 1 to 10 in wide format. Now it is in a long format. How we do that? In Stata, we have the command, what we call it as reshape. You can use this command for any other purpose, like wide to long, long to wide. Here we are converting to wide, from long to wide. So I am writing reshape. Let me maximize it. Okay, reshape, wide, reshape into wide. What you want to reshape? Other variables we want to reshape. You can type individually or you can just give a sign hyphen. It will take care of all the variables from gross value opening to NES, like till the end. Instead of clicking single variables, you can just give like this, put a comma. I and J, these are all the indicators we are telling this data that from I is a unique ID. Against that, you need to arrange the other variables in a wide format. I is what? I is our DSL and J is our serial number. This is our subject. So after giving that, you just execute it. It will be taking a little bit of time. It will take time. After that, you could able to notice that that particular variable is dropped. In our example case, it is a subject. Subject has dropped, and all variables has become the new variables. Like gross value opening has become gross value opening 1, 2, 3, 4 till 10. Likewise, all the variables have created into new variables. Each one variable is created as 10 sub variables, and this was dropped because since we know what is 1, what is 2, what is 3, that information is coming from schedule. You know, 1 is land, 2 is building, so you can easily trace out the data. Okay, we will say we will save this file. We will save it in the new file, like fixed capital, fixed capital. Okay, okay, this file has saved. Open freshly so that you will understand what it was going. Okay, let me open this Stata file again. So here, what we are going to do now, we are going to merge the data one. First, where it was ASI, we are working with the ASI. This is the A1. We have the particular information. So DSL is our unique ID. Now we want to merge this data with the fixed capital data. How we do that? In the data part, you go data, then combine data set. Merge two data sets. We have two, and how, like one to one, many to one, all the details you can get by typing help merge. You will get all the details. For now, we are matching with the DSL to DSL, one to one. So what is the variable name? Unique ID DSL. This variable has to be present in both the files. Then only merging is possible. You just browse it. So where is our that file? We saved it as a fixed capital. Oh, fixed capital. Okay. Then you click OK. Then it will show that you have properly merged your data. How many observations you have matched? 55,000. This additional will be shown because either of the files are having not having an information against that column. That will be given as dot dot. That's why it is showing in that way. Let me show you. This is the browse. This is the A block information, right? Till now, here, export share multiplier. Till now it is a block, and from now onwards you will have the cost details. All the cost details will be available. If you don't have data, that will be shown as a dot one, missing data or no observations. Likewise you have, and wherever you don't have it in either in master file or it in other file, it will be given as a 0. So additional rows will be created for that. So what we have done, we have successfully extracted the data, we have identified the unique ID, and we have merged. So in this, after that, you can use this file for your analysis. So this step you need to repeat for all these data sets, like all these data sets. In suppose if you are so much confident, so much sure that I need only selected variables, then you can choose these variables. Generally, first and second two you have to do because basic information it is having. Other one, you just choose whether you want to work on employment, capital, or any expenses. Then you just decode, then you merge. After doing all those things, your data is ready. Then you go for sort of a cleaning or whatever the further steps you follow for any other data. Then you can very well go with your statistical tools. So this is how we do. ASI is the simplest form of unit level data. That's why I wanted to show it in the beginning itself. Let's go to NSSO because it is frequently used and everybody will ask for this. I thought of showing this as well. We will go very quickly because we know already what is the steps. Here also we have data. Here one point you need to remember is that we have a rounds. Visit 1, visit 2. Visit 1 will be having I think 8 to 10 months and 4 months is for visit 2. So you need to prepare these steps for 2 visits. Then you need to add up like farmer's income you want to calculate. Farmer's income for first 10 months and next 2 months. Then you need to add up. That becomes the annual farmer's income. So here working with NSSO data is compared to ASO, it takes a lot of energy for you. So you need to do the same steps, same procedure. Let us do one more time. Let me clear this file. Let me clear this file. Just take the codes which I have already written. This one. Same thing I have written here also. Infix, and this is coming from layout. Let me show you the layout also before going. Just a second. This is the NSSO file. I have three components, as I said before. This is the data component. This is the aggregate file, key indicator, supporting file. Here I have the schedule and layout. Let me show you the data also. Sometimes visit 1, visit 2, same schedule. You can able to see, I guess, visit 1, visit 2. Then no need to worry, then you can operate. This is the different levels. This is the identification. This is also some kind of identification. Here we will choose some, let us choose this one to merge for merging purpose. What it is having the information, value of pre-harvest sale. For irrigated, unirrigated, different components we have, crop wise we have. Let us merge this information with the first information. Okay, this is your layout and this is the schedule. In schedules, you will get all the information. Like this is the first one, identification of sample household. Let us go with the other one which we wanted to do. We have crop codes. These are given in detail in the schedule. So this one, okay, pre-harvest sale, value of pre-harvest sale. You are interested to know value of the pre-harvest sale for particular crop or a particular crop in a particular state. Then you need to know what is the crop code. Crop code you need to choose first from this. Whether you want to go for cereals, pulses, vegetables, oilseeds, whatever. And then you need to select which state or household, which level you want to work with. Once you decided that, then you will do the data extraction, then merging part. Okay. Let me execute this command. So we have all the data in our Stata file. Right? So as I said before, in NSSO, you need to create a common ID. For that, you have to thoroughly go through the PDF file because this command you can copy, but this works only with this survey. For the next one, it will vary. That's why there is no point in just mugging up this procedure. But of course, you just remember this ID like command, what we have written here, eGen ID. Concat, what it will do, it will not add, subtract, whatever the operations, mathematical operations, as we understood with the students example, just it will aggregate the information. It will aggregate the information and it will create a new one. Let us see how. What we have given here, FSU, hamlet, second stage stratum, sample, household number. All the informations are already given here. Sample household number, hamlet, FSU, all the things are there, and we are going to generate, we are going to execute this command. What happened? ID has created. Let me check whether it has created or not. This is the ID.
Anji sir. Good morning.
So browse. This ID has created. This is in string format. We need to convert it into numeric one. We already.
इसमें नहीं. ये एक्सपेंडिचर के एंगल से तो उसमें डलेगा, ERP में डलेगा, और पिम्स में तो वैसे मतलब इंफॉर्मेशन के लिए और पिम्स में तो जैसे हाँ रिकॉर्ड के लिए डलता है पिम्स में तो.
So you go to create और
फाइनेंशियल ट्रैकिंग के लिए ERP में डलेगा. कल आपने आमिर को बुलाया था.
And here you go other variable transformation commands. From there, what we want.
पिम्स में तो होगा ही. पिम्स पिम्स इस वक्त क्या स्टेटस है पिम्स का, तो ISRI करता है. सोनिया को बोलो पता करेगी पिम्स
Ma'am, Rajni ma'am, you are
हाँ मुझे okay.
Okay. So we have selected this ID. Sorry, selected this ID, and we will give some other name, ID 1. Okay, you need to give a different ID, otherwise this command will not operate. Okay, now what we have done, we have converted string into numeric. Can you able to see this? So this we have done. Okay, then we will save this file. We will save, like put NSSO, so NSSO 1. Okay. Then we will clear it, and we will do the same procedure for the fourth block. I'll just copy this command. We have already written. We have, and here also we will create the common ID that already is there with us. Then we convert that, and we save this also as NSSO2. Okay, 2 files are available. So here you can see in the browse the variables are more, and also in the schedule you can able to identify what is your serial number. If I go to the plotting file and the schedule, we know that. Let me go to the other file which we are interested, that is pre-harvest sale. Here it is given like each household you have crops, 1 to 9 crops. So each household is having 9 sections. In that, data are arranged in longitudinal formats. So after understanding that, we will go back and we will just remove some of the variables so that you appreciate more how this happens. For dropping variables, we write a command drop and just execute. Only few informations are there. So now you can easily recognize it. This is the serial number, crop code, unit code, pre-harvest stage for irrigated, unirrigated, and the total one. So now we are going to reshape this. While reshaping, what we are going to do, we will write reshape void, and we will specify all the variables which we want to reshape. ID, in ID, let me type this as ID1, which we have created now, and J variable is serial number. Just enter. It will take some time. The 8 crop details are available that has dropped, and new variables has created. So this, let me show you without doing this. This is NSSO2 reshaped one, right? Reshaped, and we are going to save this. So now let me merge this data, combine data, merge. Here it is ID1, not the BSL, and select the NSSO1 and execute. So here also it has matched around 30,000 observations. If I will clear this and I'll show you with the original one. Let me take the original file. Which one is the original? Let me show you. This is the NSSO file, NSSO1. Okay, NSSO1. And let me merge the other one, the combined one, without reshaping. How it will data combine, merge, ID1, browse. This is the original one, not reshaped one. So you will get an error. You cannot able to merge those information together. Variable doesn't uniquely identified. Means ID, unique ID has not been properly identified in the other file. So you will not able to go further. So that's how you will slowly you will understand stage by stage. If you have not done properly, some errors arises and it started to rectify that, then you will be able to do other steps. So likewise, in NSSO, you need to do for all those things as it is an exhaustive, choose the variables which you want and select and write the command infix and write all the information. This is how we write infix. Then give the variables you want to extract using path. You define the path and execute it. Once you execute, your data will be ready in the software, and then you just see which formats they are arranging, either wide or long, and then reshape it, then merge, then all the data are available in single file. So then you can use it for your analysis purpose. After this, you need to know one more thing, that is what we call it as a weights. Weights I am not showing here purposely, because once you do this, then only for you it is a kind of a stage to appreciate and to learn. But yes, if someone of you wants to explore that, you just type help weight. You will get the details, like what are the weights. No, not this one. Let me clear it. Take the other. Okay. And the multiplier is always given in the files. Here you can able to see this, right? Multipliers. So if you want to execute it with the multiplier, then choose the appropriate one. Analytical multiplier, or the probability one, or the A multiplier, I multiplier. All the classifications are given in Stata, in which condition, which one you want to use. If you want to estimate it for the population. Otherwise, it is a survey data. The surveys are available. You can very well use it for your analysis and predict. But if you want to generate aggregate scores out of this, then the multipliers are a very important players. Along with that, if you want to confirm the procedures which you are doing is correct or not, you can just trial with it and you can cross check it whether your estimates are matching with the aggregate files. If it is matching, then you are good to go with the other analysis. So this is how we handle this kind of a data. The other data are there, the family health survey that I have not touched upon. I have just shown two databases. One is industry and NSSO. NSSO is very widely used. You can start learning and explore further. So this is all I thought of sharing with you in this class. If you have anything to ask, you can ask.
Nitya, have you used multiplier actually in your?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so like in NSSO, in every file they show some multiplier.
Yes, sir.
So can you just open the values in the multiplier? Any? Data. The one which you have extracted now, you can just open that one, extracted one.
In this we have not mentioned that, that's why it is not showing.
Achha, maybe you have not extracted.
Yes, yes.
No, you already have extracted file. I think you were showing now that you have extracted these.
That was for ASI now, that was extracted one only, like this one. Here I have extracted. because with this I worked for like thesis, I have done it properly. NSSO demo only I'm showing.
So somewhere the documented procedure is available for using these NSSO multipliers?
Yes, ma'am, it's available. Each round we need to confirm because changes will be there. In PDF file, there is a proper guidelines given how you have to generate. You need to generate your own. In NSSO, NSS, NCS, some different variables will be there. You need to divide it by 1000. NSS divided by 1000, something they have given. But it is mentioned in PDF, ma'am.
Multiplier divided or multiplied?
No, to generate multiplier, like in NSS, you have 3, 4, NSS, NSC, multiplier, 2, 3 types of multipliers are there. Based on that, you need to generate the final multiplier.
Okay. They give some number, but since that number is quite big for generalization purpose, so
Yes.
they will mention that for NSC, like you multiply it with this number. For NSS, you multiply it with some fixed number.
Yes.
This is what they say. Okay. So maybe in their PDF, something like this is mentioned.
Given, ma'am, it's given.
Okay.
Let me show you something. Like, wait.
Hmm.
This is how we execute, ma'am. Like, just you, if you are giving only summarize, summarize number of units. Summarize number of units. It will be giving the values based on the sample only. If you just add the weight instead of pop, I am just assigning the multiplier here. It will be giving you the value for the sorry. It will give some other information. Here it is number is same, that's why same is showing. Otherwise, you will have different. Suppose I gave a weight, analytical weight, I weight, some other variables, export share. Export share. With the weight, it is showing like this, the mean value and the other one. Without this, you will have different values. This is how you just execute along with the multiplier. That's all from my side, ma'am. Any questions are there? We can discuss. Otherwise,
They are telling like what is the cost of software?
ma'am, when we purchased, it is I think uh, three, 3 to 4 lakhs. I guess we purchased in bulk. It is given in website, ma'am. It is there in website. There.
Yes, of course they can check, and Stata mein academic version is different cost or say.
For free, I think they will get free for 15 days, 7 days. Some 2 packages are there for students and for faculties. Students they will get for week, faculty maybe like longer time. that they can freely use that software.
But for 5 days or 8 days, no one will be able to complete their analysis. Na? They anyway have to purchase it.
Yes.
Only for the purpose of evaluation, whether like they can find out whether they can, it will serve their purpose or not. Okay. So I think there is no other question. Everything was crystal clear, but still, if anyone has any question, please, you're free to ask. Okay. You can share your email with them in case in future, if they have some issues, at least